Welcome to YouTuber Theory. And in today's episode, I'm going to be explaining AndrewJohn100’s versions of the FNAF animatronics and their dark secret. And believe it or not, out of all things that made me come up with this theory, a share was the thing that made this theory happen. And that one share, the one share that I'm about to show you, which comes from the first ever episode in Freddy Fazbear and Friends, is what blew their secret away. So, because of that share just showed the animatronics their dark secret to everybody. And no one even decided to pay attention to it. In the first Freddy Fazbear and Friends episode, which is called A Trip to the Moon, we see Freddy and Chica plan out a way to get cheese because they ran out of cheese. So they had to go to the moon to get some cheese. And that's because a lot of people think the moon is made out of cheese. But there is one thing that stood out to me in this video. And what I'm about to show you might shock you. Remember the share I was talking about? Well, here it is. Alright, so I bet you guys are already saying, but hey, there's nothing dark or miserable in this photo. Well, take a closer look in the background. Yep, look at the share. Ignore the Foxy plush. The Foxy plush is cute, but look at the share, guys. Look at the way that it looks. Don't tell me that it doesn't look like a human spine or some type of bone spine. I mean, it's not like they're killing other versions of themselves. It's not like they would do that, right? Well, I was wrong, because you see that endo right there? Well, this is also a screenshot. I took a screenshot of this from AndrewJohn100’s video called Scary Stories Part 2. Well, actually, Scary Stories 2. And that's the endo. Because look at the spines. Look at the front bones. But it doesn't explain how it's longer than this. But my theory is they attached other ones of these and bent them, and got some of them that wasn't bent and took them away from them. Because although Toy Bonnie says they are using parts, and this is a scary story that Toy Bonnie does tell, and this is a screenshot from Toy Bonnie's scary story, doesn't mean that it was real. Doesn't mean that it's not real. Because this was a real thing based off of it, but this happened a few years ago. But the only person that has that exact same endoskeleton is none other than Withered Foxy. Yep, you heard it here, folks. Withered Foxy was used to be torn apart. Although, that doesn't explain why we see him in the next episode. But there was multiple endoskeletons, which is the exact design of Withered Foxy's. So that means that they must have found some old scraps or somewhere in Andrew's universe, somewhere in that universe is basically, they found parts, unused parts and endoskeleton parts that fits Phantom Foxy and the whole spinal cord thing. Now, they might have just spray painted the back of it just to make it look like it was a human spine. But our human spine doesn't have like little triangle-ish points. It's not formed like that. So my only guess is that it has to be an animatronic. But, I mean, heck, at one point, a curved version of themselves actually exists, where they had curvy bones. So It could either be those versions of themselves, or River Foxy. But hey, that's just a theory. A YouTuber theory. And don't get copyrighted.